Hello everyone, myself Ketan Bhavsar, Assistant Professor in Agri Engineering College, Ahmedabad. In VLSI Design, Chapter number 7, Sequential MOS Circuit. In previous video, we already see in terms of the sequential based circuit, we talking about a clock, we talking about the memory element, we talking about the flip-flop, and the flip-flop we design with help of the NOR gate and NAND gate. Right. So now we go ahead in today's topic. Now similarly we talking about the NAND based concept. See, in the previous we worked on clock based SR latch but using a NOR. Now we move on the NAND. When the clock pulse is equal to high, means if clock is equal to 1, then S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, then Q is equal to set state, that you already know. When S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, then Q will move into the reset state. And when clock is equal to 0, then it hold that value in previous state as it is, means you cannot see any variation on both sides. Now same circuit as you can see, we taking a 2 input NAND gate. 2 input NAND gate means the 50% circuit is same as the NAND gate based SR latch, and the remaining circuit is directly were connected, okay, and the output of the next inverter, we can say that NAND gate is driven to the NAND gate based SR latch, and similarly the clock pulse is connected with the common terminal. So this one is a diagram of clock NAND gate based SR latch, and as you can see it look like this too, because this NAND gate SR latch we already done, and just we add this particular circuit of 2 input NAND gate, that how we can convert a NAND gate based SR latch using clock based NAND gate SR latch. Okay. So as you can see on this side too, it's a Q and Q bar. Similarly, as you can see the Q and Q bar over here. Now we move on the next, and we're talking about a clocked JK latch. Means we're talking about the JK flip-flop, we're talking about the JK latch, and also we're talking about the master and slave based concept, that how we can use on master and slave based concept too. All the simple and clocked SR latch circuits suffer from the common problem, having the not allowed input combinations. Means if you see the SR latch, then SR latch have certain limitations, that when your both the input is 0, then it is a not allowed state. So for solving this issue, we work on the JK based concept. That state became intermediate when both the input S and R are active at the same time. So we move on a JK latch or JK flip-flop. By adding the two feedback lines from the output to the input in SR latch. So when we're talking about the JK, then ultimately we change the circuit in SR latch and now it became JK. We add the two feedback path. Okay, now how we can add the feedback path? Let's see. As you can see, the circuit is remain same, right? As you can see, it's a NAND based SR, and again it's a NAND gate on both the terminal. But you can see instead of S and R, I'm writing here J and K, and we provide the feedback. If the Q feedback is goes to the K terminal and QR feedback is goes to the J terminal. So as you can see, we add a 3 input NAND gate instead of 2 input NAND gate because of solving the not allowed key problem in SR latch. Okay, so we added the two feedback path in JK latch, that you can see it's a difference as compared to the SR latch, and also we can remove the problem, or we can say that we solve the problem of SR latch, that it's not entering invalid state. Okay, so as you can see, clock JK, Q and Q bar. Now see that how we can implement the using NAND gate based concept or using NOR gate based concept, that we already seen. Because see, in the sequential based circuit, the make sure that one thing, if you're talking about the sequential based circuit, then ultimately we have to focus only on a NAND gate and NOR gate, and with help of this gate we have to design a different types of flip-flop, right? We have to work on the JK, SR, RS or D flip-flop, right? So the next is all NAND gate implement of clocked JK latch circuit. So J and K inputs in the circuit correspond to set and reset input of the basic SR latch. If J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0, then it is in set state. Similarly, if S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, then it is in set state. And if J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 1, then it enter in reset state. So for the J and K is equal to 0, it preserves its current state, means it's not changed the value, it is not entered in, we can say that it is not entered in not allowed state. It holds the value in current state only. And when j and k both equal to 1, then it simply invert the data or simply switch the previous state, we can say that. Okay, so here you can solve the problem of not allowed state. Clear everyone? So the JK latch does not have a not allowed input combinations, and because of that reason the JK flip-flop is used for designing the master and slave concept, because SR flip-flop has certain limitations that it enter in invariant state, and because of that reason your hardware will not respond at all. As you can see this particular diagram, and we have a diagram too, like as you can see, if both the 0 then 0 1, then it is in hold state, as you can see. Similarly, for j is equal to 0 and k is equal to 1, then as I already told you, when you enter, then your q of n is equal to 0 and q bar is equal to 1, then it is in reset state. Similarly, when j is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0, then I already told you it is entered in set state, and for both the 1 it is entered in toggle variation. So in terms of the toggle variation, your output will not change, or we can say that it changed the previous value. Fine, it will toggle, means if your previous state is 0 1, then it became 1 0, and if it is 1 1, then it became 0 0. So according to that, it will change the previous state. Now we move on the next, it's talking about the master and slave, and ultimately when we're talking about the master and slave based concept, then we discuss about a specific JK flip-flop only. So the master and slave flip-flop, most of the timing limitation are entered in the previous examination of the clock latch circuit can be preserved by using two latch states in cascading configuration. So the two cascading states are activated with the opposite clock pulse, its operation and clock high pulses. So as you can see, the master is activated, the input j and k enter into the flip-flop. The first stage outputs are set according to the preliminary inputs. If clock goes too low, then the master is inactive and the slave is active, because in terms of the master and slave, when master works, then slave it is deactive, and when slave is active, then master is deactive. So it is working on vice versa concept. So the output level of the flip-flop circuit are determined during the second phase. Ultimately, when your second phase is turned on, then and only then your output will be generated, because after the master, the slave came, and after the slave, your answer will be arise, or it will be change or fluctuate. As you can see, J, K, master, output of this is goes to again K terminal with S, R, and again 2 input, then finally you are getting Q and Q bar. So ultimately, first SR latch is work as a master and second one is work as a slave based concept. Okay, so the master level, the circuit is never transparent. A change occurring in the primary input is never reflected directly to the output. Definitely, if you change the input terminal, then it directly not effect on the output terminal, because it passed to the slave too. And then you can see the variation in slave side only, and only then you can see the variation on output side too. Because of the master and slave states are decoupled from each other, the circuit allows the toggling when J and K both equal to 1. But it eliminates the possibilities of the uncontrolled oscillator, since only one stage is active at a time. So we cannot see the different types of or any other problems arise, because only one stage is active at a time. So because of that reason, you are getting the far better result as compared to the other type of. And also your circuit is not entered in undefined condition. It is the main advantage of JK flip-flop in terms of master and slave. So as you can see here, the truth table, or we can see that the waveform configuration of clock pulse, J and K. As you can see, when your clock pulse is rising, when your J is equal to 1, then ultimately your Q is equal to 1, and it's high value until your clock pulse is not completed, and then similarly you can see the variation on your Q bar terminal. Means if Q is equal to 1, then Q bar is equal to 0. Similarly, you can see on this terminal 2, that if J is equal to 1, then ultimately at the same time the Q terminal is also goes to high, and Q1 is or Q bar is also goes to low. And ultimately, you can see the variation as I already told you. If master is working on the rising and the slave is working on polyterminal. So these two waveforms represent the slave. So in terms of the slave, you can see it is in high state when your clock pulse is falling, and the QM and Q bar of M is high when your clock is rising. So you can see the variation on both the pulses. Fine. When the master is active, the slave is not work. When the slave is work, then master is reactive or is not working. So these are the concept of master and slave based concept. Okay. So make sure that this diagram is very important for the exam point of view. In number of exam, the JK flow is more one of the most common question. Okay. So you have to draw this diagram. You have to draw the truth table. You have to write down the theoretical based concept and this block diagram and the explanation. Okay, so now we move to the next, and next we're talking about a CMOS based deal edge in terms of the edge triggering flip flop. So direct, as you already know, we work on the deal edge and we work on the deep flip flop. See, deep flip flop is only one input terminal that is used for designing the memory element 2. Now we work on the deal edge. Direct CMOS implementation of conventional circuits such as a clocked JK latch or the JK master slave flip flop tend to require a large number of transistors. Yeah, because if you're talking about the J and K, then ultimately we have to work on 8 CMOS configuration, 4 PMOSs and 4 NMOSs. So now we work on the next, we work on a deal edge concept. So as you already know, when the clock is active, the output of Q is equal to input of D, right? When you apply the clock pulse, then your input is always equal to output. It's called as your D flip flop or D latch. So when the clock goes to 0, the output is preserved. It will not change. It will hold the previous value. So the clock input act as an enable signal which allow data to be accepted into the D latch. Yeah, definitely there are a number of applications, but if you're talking about the relay based concept, the relay is one of the most common application. We can say that it's a relay generated circuit, or you can design for designing the memory element. As you can see, we have connected the circuit. This circuit is same as a SR NOR gate based concept, but as you can see, we short the R terminal with a S coordinate, and we have connected one inverter in this concept. This one is your basic block diagram, this concept, this one is your internal diagram. Okay, so make sure that if you know SR latch using NAND and NOR, you can design the JK flip flop and even you can design the D flip flop or D latch too. Okay, so I hope that you are getting the idea about the different types of flip flop. You are getting the idea about a NAND gate based SR latch and NOR gate based SR latch. Even you are getting the idea about JK flip flop in terms of the NAND gate and NOR gate, and also we discuss about the master and slave. In terms of the practical application, it is used mostly of the handshaking based data concept, and also we are talking about the DLH based concept. Still, if you feel any doubt, then you can tell me and you can contact me on my email ID. So thank you for watching, and still if you have any doubt, then you can tell me. Thank you.